Have you ever jumped into designing a logo or website for a client without knowing if they're going to like your work? That might be because you don't have a strong brand strategy in place. Don't freak out. Today, we are going to talk about the importance of having a brand strategy as a designer, what that is exactly, and I will give some tips on how to get started with that. I guess Gray's gonna help too. First, what is brand strategy exactly? I know that word comes up a lot, but like, what does it mean? Brand strategy, in just the simplest terms, would basically be a plan that you have for a business that outlines how they want to show up to their ideal client as they are putting themselves out there. Brand strategy can include so many things, not just visual, but also the tone of voice, how they're going to talk to their ideal client, just many things that create a very strong foundation for the business. Brand strategy is the first part of my own design process now. I don't do any projects without doing brand strategy, just so I make sure I am providing the best solution for my clients. If you are not doing brand strategy yet, I highly recommend having a brand strategy step in your design process. Why is brand strategy important not only to your client, but also you as a designer? First, it acts as a roadmap to guide your whole project. It really helps keep the project on track. And if a client feels unsure about the direction later on, you can always refer back to the brand strategy that you all did to really make sure the project stays on track with the vision that you all talked about. It's also important because it ends up resulting in less revisions. Once you have a clear strategy and a clear vision, it enables you to really get laser focused on what the design will be. And ultimately, I have found that having a solid strategy in place really drives the project forward a lot faster, and it results in less revisions down the road. You're really focused, the client is really focused, and you don't have to keep redoing things because you're very confident in the decisions that you're making. As a new designer, you can do brand strategy a couple of ways. When I first started out doing like more strategy-based design, I would just start by sending my client out a questionnaire asking them questions. But the more complex and in-depth my projects got, I realized that a questionnaire was not enough for me to like truly understand the business and like put myself in their shoes and what they were wanting to accomplish. So now I actually offer brand strategy workshops. And so they're a little bit more intensive and immersive and collaborative. And I ask similar questions now, but definitely more in depth. And we do like a 1 to 2 day workshop just to like really dig into what the strategy of our design will be. So yeah, you can start simply by having a questionnaire and asking questions, and that will even just help guide your focus. But as you get more confident with your design, and even if, you know, you're like, hey, I actually want to like really deep with my clients, then you can try a strategy session or even start offering more in-depth workshops. That is how I would recommend just setting up brand strategy. A few things to just get started with what you want to cover in your questionnaire or in your workshop. First, it's just learning about the business. What is the business? What do they do? What are their short-term and long-term goals? Just knowing the basics of the business will help you identify, you know, what the industry is, and that'll start getting some creative ideas flowing, just even in terms of how you want to present this brand to their ideal clients. Digging in a little bit more, I really like to spend time learning about their vision as a business owner and then their vision just for their business. They're a little bit different. Like, what does the client you're working with, like, why did they start their business? Why is this so important to them? And then on the other side, how do they want to help people? Or why did they even create, this product or the service for people? So looking at their own vision and then their vision for their business. That's a great way just to get started to even figure out why this brand, why this service, or why this product is important to your client. After that, I like to learn more in depth about what their products and services are. So usually I do require businesses to have a basic business plan intact just so we even know what we're working towards. I like to spend some time digging into what their products and services are, as well as what they are charging for those. After that, we spend a lot of time really digging into their ideal client. And there are so many questions to dig into that, but basically, who are they trying to target? Who is their target audience for their product or service? Just really digging into the details of what that looks like, just so we know exactly what the design should be targeted towards. For example, if their target audience is like products for babies or products for children, the way you design that and the colors you use would be a lot different if the target demographic was like teenagers or millennials that are in their like 30s like me. So figuring out the ideal client is like essential to figuring out how you are going to develop this design, and just getting very specific about that is very crucial. The next part of my brand strategy process is market research. So you can have them do market research, or if you want to do it, if that's like a premium service that you offer, or like you're wanting to offer a premium service, having market research to understand the competitors in the same industry, one, to figure out how your ideal client can stand out in the industry, but also to see what other businesses are doing well. Also, if what they're offering is viable in the market. So market research is a part of my brand strategy process. It could just be as simple as doing a like SWOT analysis, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, but making sure you do have that in there too. Also, just because you probably don't want your branding to look, similar to another company's. Like, you really want to make your clients' like branding stand out. To top that off is figuring out their unique place in the market. With all of the information that we've gathered from the previous sections of brand strategy, what makes your specific client unique? Like, what will make them stand out? Just putting everything together that you have researched and compiled previously to make sure you're creating a design solution for them that is truly unique to them and that will truly help them stand out. And lastly, with all of that, I also like to create a document just detailing all of this information. My document is definitely a more designed presentation. I also spend some time analyzing all of the information. I get like pretty detailed and pretty in-depth with my brand strategy, but just starting out, you could do a little Word document and just type it up just so you have a reference point. But I do also like to include images. I like to include images of the ideal clients and like put a face to who we're talking to and who we're targeting, and just start gathering some basic inspiration images too. Even to just like keep it as simple as possible. As when starting out, you could definitely deliver just a basic document outlining exactly what you all talked about. That way, when you start getting into the actual creative direction and more visual parts, you will have this brand strategy document to always refer back to. That is pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video. Just what is brand strategy, why is it important, and how you can get started implementing it into your own process. I am working on some fun resources for this. If you do want to start incorporating this into your business, feel free to sign up for my waitlist mailing list. It is in the description below, and I will be releasing updates once once I get everything together. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a great day. If you liked the video, be sure to like. If you want to keep updated with any of my new videos, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.